Welcome in, sweet little babies. We're back. Dubbed Confused, episode 24. Massive week. Just massive. We have the end of something great. We have the beginning of something great. And then we got some good stuff in between. Some not good stuff in between. But we're going to talk about all of it today. You guys know the drill. We cover all the anime that are airing currently this season. We're basically at the end of this season. We had one of our 7 shows we've been watching sum up. And we got 6 more that have at least one more week to go. But we also introduced JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Steel Ball Run, episode 1. We'll talk about that later. Fellas, how we feeling after this week?
Man, I want to be excited for JoJo, and I am excited for JoJo, but I'm mourning the death of our sweet baby Angel. I'm going to miss Tojima so much.
I know. Bittersweet.
Yeah.
Bittersweet ending here.
It was rough. It was rough for sure. I definitely shed a tear at the end there.
Insane.
But
Solid
week.
Yeah, this is a pretty good week, I think, overall, especially with adding Steel Ball Run to the mix here. I've got some high scores. I got a handful of high scores here.
Me as well.
But yeah, we might as well kick into it with Jujutsu Kaisen episode 58. We've got Megumi's domain. He released his domain at the very end of last episode. We get like a lot more like ins and outs of kind of how his domain works, which is pretty cool because it's an imperfect domain. And, Megumi drops Reggie. Drops him.
Yeah.
It's cool. I really like a character that fights tactfully. We've talked about this before. Like, obviously just the Tojima style of just straight hands and just being tougher and just beating down on somebody is obviously really fun too. But like, besting somebody with that last ditch thing that you set up minutes and minutes ago in the fight is really cool too. So that's awesome. That's really almost all of this whole episode. And at the very end of this episode, we get clued in on what's been going on with Yuta. He has been in another like just completely war-torn colony, because the colony we've been looking at with Yuji and Megumi has been like, there's 2 big dogs like kind of ruling that territory right now, but they were kind of at a standstill. But this other colony that Yuta went to is just war. It's just a bunch of guys with a lot of points that are kind of all going at it to try and gain control over that colony. So next episode, we are set up for just a phenomenal ending. I'm really excited. It's also an extended release, 27 minutes next week. It's going to be really fun. What do we think about this episode, though? Shaloub? Oh!
I mean, yeah, just classic 40 chess from Fushiguro there, just fucking dousing the receipt boy, like the most obvious method that you could possibly use to neutralize a power like that. So that was nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then they kind of threw us for a loop there when they started fighting at first. I didn't see the dog coming out of nowhere. They got me with that one.
I had to rewind because that scene happened so fast. I was like, what just cut it? What just happened? Megumi can barely even move right now.
Yeah, it was so quick. It was good.
Yeah. And then, of course, Yuta at the very end is just, I can't wait for the next episode. Every episode is just, I can't wait for the next episode.
Oh my God, the reveal that Yuta already has 45 points or whatever. So he's already dropped 9 sorcerers.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yep. Dude, going through also seeing all the people in that colony and all the front runners, I guess, was also really cool.
Yeah.
Just to get an introduction to all those guys, and some of them looked pretty badass, especially in their introduction little walk that they had.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Space Dandy in another universe.
Yep.
Pompadour guy.
Yep.
I'm excited to see some more cursed comedian action.
Yes.
That was kind of hilarious.
We'll see. I don't even know.
Yeah.
I hope he's still relevant. I wonder, how intertwined and everything he's gonna maintain. I have no idea.
Right.
Yeah. What did you guys think about Reggie's simple domain thing? It neutralizes other domains' kill factor. I think they mentioned
his hollow wicker basket.
Yeah,
Yeah, the shit that.
I thought that was sick.
That did nothing.
Yeah, but it was
Yeah,
also
but
kind of a bitch.
exactly. It was underused because I mean, Megami doesn't have a essential kill factor because his domain's not complete yet.
Right.
So like it, doesn't work for him specifically in that fight. But I think that kind of domain is also really sick, just because there's nothing any other domain can really do about it, unless
unless
your
it's
domain's
imperfect.
not fixed. Yeah, unless
Well,
it's
that's the
imperfect.
one domain that we saw against it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was, it is crazy. I'm like, I was also looking at it and I was like, damn, they really disrespected Reggie like that. Like,
Yeah.
Reggie's a 200-plus-year-old sorcerer and he gets dropped by a 15-year-old, like, in a gymnasium.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's a real classy move to give him all his points at the end there.
I did make a note
It's
of
just
that.
game recognized game there.
Yes.
I was like, okay, it's a little, that makes me respect Reggie because he kind of gave Slime Ball, but then like, he was like, you earned it, and I'm dead anyway, so what am I gonna be spiteful for?
Yeah, what's he
Right.
care?
That was cool. I like that a lot. The hands were fun when, like, at the very end of the fight when they're just actually throwing hand-to-hand combat stuff. It's not long, but it's always nice to mix in stuff like that.
Yeah, I love that how Reggie was like, Megami was like, you can't use your receipts anymore, can you? And Reggie's just like, well, you can't use your fucking animals
Dog.
anymore, can you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he was just like, you know what's about to happen, right?
Mhm.
Hands.
It's like,
That's what's about to happen.
One of us is still gonna be able to use their guys.
Well,
Which again, like they were basically a wash in hand-to-hand combat. A 15-year-old versus a like 200-year-old like basically like deity who can't die. Like crazy.
Yep.
So I don't know. Respect to Megami because Megami's lost a lot. Like
Yes.
he's lost probably more fights than he's won that we've seen like in the actual anime. So this is maybe even one of the hardest people he's fought too. I mean, he fought like Toji. He kind of got walked on by Toji. But yeah,
But he's just power scaled so much at the end of last season, the beginning of this one.
sure.
It's a lot.
Oh yeah, big time.
Let's see. He gives him all his points. Yep, we got respect for Reggie for giving up his points. We do get I don't know. They give the official explanation for Takaba. I kind of clued you in last week that like they kind of explain his power and also that it's even funnier that like I love the idea. He doesn't even know. He's just living life right now, being shot being at point blank range with a bomb, with a grenade, and coming away like virtually unscathed. And he's just like, I'm okay. I'm just living.
He's like, that's good comedy.
Right. Well, that's also partially what confused me because that floating fucker came out of nowhere and was like, yeah, he just died like 5 times.
Who?
The floating score counter thing that flies up is like, you just got 5 points for killing this dude. It's like right before Homeboy walks away, he pops up and he's like, yeah, Takaba just died like 5 times, which is why you got those points.
Oh, no. I think he popped up and told the bomb guy that Reggie is dead.
Yeah.
I could have sworn there was something.
And that's why the bomb guy was immediately like, all right, I have no reason to fight you anymore.
Yeah.
Like I was fighting you like because me and Reggie had a plan and we were gonna whatever take over this colony. And he's like, now that Reggie's dead, I got no reason. I'm out. I'm not playing the culling games anymore.
Yeah.
But
I'll have to look at that again. I thought there was something about Takaba, dying for whatever reason, and just being like, I didn't actually die.
no, I don't think it was. I don't think it was
so.
that because his power just makes it. So, I don't think he dies and gets revived. His power just makes it so like he won't even take damage if he thinks it's funny for him to just take a hit, directly and just take no damage whatsoever.
Yeah. All right, cut that.
All right. What do we think? What do you think score wise for this week? Unless there's anything else you guys want to cover before you.
I do have one more thing. We do have Angel showing up there to save Megami there at the end.
Good call. Forgot about that.
Very huge, yeah. Because if you guys don't remember, Angel was someone who they were looking for originally. So now that we know that Angel's in the same colony as Megami, and I guess saves Megami, we don't know yet. We'll kind of see next week. But Yeah, something huge. And then the last thing I want to write or talk about is a special grade cockroach. We have a special grade cockroach in the mix now.
We'll see. We'll see. One other thing that I actually did have written down that I skipped over. Megumi spares the girl.
Yes.
The girl who is the one who kind of like led him into the trap.
The hair bitch, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which maybe it's like supposed to be more of like a Megumi like character development moment, but like it would be weird if she just like was gone, like not relevant. We don't see her again for like the rest of the story. It is weird that she just kind of like,
I wouldn't be that surprised.
I know, I wouldn't be surprised. I just think it'd be like weird. Like, why even have that character? They could have, like, the Reggie and bomb guy could have just ambushed Megumi. Like, why even have her character?
True.
Like, I don't know. Her character just doesn't feel. Maybe there's something else that like happens with her, and we'll see her again. But if she does just disappear, I was like, that'd be weird. Just feels like an unnecessary character.
Yeah, I can get that.
All right, cool. Scores for me. I was at 9 flat this week. It's a good week. I still kept it at 9, but I couldn't. Following like last week and stuff, I couldn't get all the way there, and the week prior.
True. I'm at 9.2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, straight up 9.
Yeah. Okay, 1-9 out of the way. How many are we gonna get? We'll see. All right. Next up, let's jump to Freerun, episode 37. Back to classic Freerun, to be honest. Like, this is kind of back to what we kind of got for the first 7 episodes of Freerun this season, which was just like kind of like a little nostalgia trip. We get a little back, like referring back to the old party a little bit, because we get Himmel's memoirs and a little background on that, as well as just doing another mission where they're helping somebody kill like 40 dragons. These girls, I tell you what, we need justice for Stark, because they really just fucking... I know he's the frontliner, but like they really did just watch him get his head chomped on by a dragon before like stepping in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Insane.
Well, it's so funny because Freerun says like, oh, don't die this time or whatever, or like don't scare us, and he's like, yeah, but actually provide me help this time, like please help me. Like, come on guys.
Well, they also made a comment about how they were like, how are you just fine from all that? Like, how do you not have any injuries from after all of that?
Yeah, that's also, and they're like, well, Aizen was also like that, and she was like,
yeah,
Aizen was
like,
worse. Aizen was scarier.
He's just a frontliner. That's what they do.
Yep, that's how they do it. They're just ragdolls.
It's that plot armor.
We also see that one old mage at the beginning of the episode, and that's it. You only see him at like the beginning of the episode, and I was like, "Oh, cool! We're gonna see more of him and like some story with him." And nope, he's just traveling. You just see him briefly, and I was like, "What's happening with this?"
I thought that's what this episode was gonna be. Was like their paths crossing his, and maybe they're just introducing him here, and he'll be part of next episode going into the next season, or like they're just setting him up, because they have done that, I think, because they have shown some of these other characters like just quickly. They'll just do like a quick shot of like where they are, but it was weird that they really felt like they were trying like leading into that, and they just didn't go. So I would assume we'll cross paths with him, like we've talked about. We already, like this season, we've already had like 2 or 3 of the other characters that we saw during the mage exam
trials.
Yeah.
Trials.
Yeah, we've already like had paths cross with a handful of them, so I'm assuming he'll be there at some point. But yeah, not yet. That was a little interesting that we didn't really do anything there. Yeah, because literally the first note I took was old man. It's that old man we know. I know that old man.
Like, hey, it's that guy with the glasses.
Oh man.
And he's gone.
Yeah, basically. We got another useless tome. Tome?
Yeah, the
Spell
tongue
book?
twisters.
Grimoire.
Grimoire.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, where you're like allowed to say tongue twisters without tripping over your tongue. Love it.
Yep.
I love this. I love this line. This is always one of my favorite parts of Freerun, or one of my favorite comedy bits that they do in Freerun over and over again, is like Fern being more adult than like Freerun sometimes. So when Stark's like praising Freerun for being a beast, and like tracking all the dragons, like no problem. Fern's like, what does she say? She says, carelessly praising her isn't good for Miss Freeman's development.
Yeah.
Right. Tying into that, it was funny as shit when you see her, like, when they're hanging out at that village, that market village or whatever, for multiple months, as they are wont to do.
Yes.
She just, like, starts wiping the makeup off of her face as she's talking. 'Cause obviously,
Yeah,
she can't do it
Jesus.
herself, you know?
Yeah.
She's just cleaning her up, and yeah, it's so good.
So funny.
And of course, naturally, Freerin spending all their money on books as usual.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah, good. This was a very low-key episode. This might have been like the most low-key episode you've gotten this like whole season.
Probably.
So then we get the ferryman who wanted to find. We get the ferryman who wants to find Himmel's
Memoirs.
His
Yeah.
memoirs. His memoirs, because he's a fan. He was a fan ever since he was a kid. And I was like, Freeman right in front of him, like basically says, like without saying it, says like, yeah, when we were traveling together in the party of heroes, like I remember that. I remember him writing in his memoirs. I bet it was that notebook or whatever. I'm like, how is this guy not starstruck? This guy was like, I'm Himmel's biggest fan. I've been a fan ever since I was a little kid. And then he's just like, Freeman says that right in front of his face. He just like doesn't even.
Yeah, like he doesn't recognize it until they actually get the memoirs.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, I could tell that these mean way more to you than they would to me." And I'm like, "You couldn't tell that from the beginning? Like you couldn't."
Freerin ain't Himmel.
It's true.
True.
It's true.
They didn't build a bunch of Freerin statues.
Right. They didn't build.
Right.
She didn't get the praise. Although I bet if you like asked, Himmel, Eisen, and Heiter, they would have been like, Freeman was the strongest one in the party
MVP.
for sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure she carried, yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of all I have here. This is a very, very low-key episode. It's just classic, kind of chill Freerin, but I don't think we need to spend that much more time on it because we've got extra shows to talk about this week anyway, and I don't think it really needs it. So I was 8.7. I couldn't get all the way to a 9, but even the chill episodes for Freerin, I'm still just... They're comfy, and there's some nice laugh moments. There was still the cool fight scene with the dragons. A little bit in the feels with more just Himmel past stuff.
Yeah.
8.7.
Nice. I'm 8.5.
Yeah, I'm just under an 8 and a 7 on this one.
Yeah, I figured you would. When I watched this episode, I was like, oh no, Shaloub's gonna be not.
There were some funny moments.
Stoked.
I said he's going a little low this week.
They made me laugh. It
Yeah.
made me laugh a few times.
Yep.
Made you giggle.
All right. That's gonna roll us to Sentenced to Be a Hero, episode 11. Oh, also, keep in mind, JJK, last week, final episode. Freerin, next week, final episode. Sentenced to Be a Hero, next week, final episode. Well, honestly, wait a minute. Honestly, next week sums up all the other 6 shows. And you have to go down the
Sure,
line.
it sums up everything.
I think everything else is one episode. Which was a really interesting thing that I realized watching shows this week, was where I was like, it was like JJK. We got the finish that this episode had, setting up a hype final episode, and I was like, one more episode, it's gonna be sick. And then there were like the shows, like Trigun, where I was just like, one more episode. I have to survive one more episode.
Yeah. At least this should end Trigun though, which is
Yeah.
good. We don't have to worry about that.
We're gonna have to come
Please.
back and Fire Force. Okay, we'll
Definitely
get there.
don't
We'll get there. Though. Sentenced to Be a Hero. This episode picks up where we left off, where they are handling the attack of the demon Blythe army, Blight. But we're actually handling it. Like, are we just getting more competent? I felt like the attack was like not that big of a threat. Like even just the regular soldiers, like we're actually just handling shit. I don't know. Maybe it just helps that we have like all of the allies there helping all at once. But yeah, this one did not feel like backs against the wall, like, you know what I mean? Like do or die as much. And then the other note I wrote for like the summing up this episode, all these big bad enemies we had dropping like flies. All of them. They get whatever, Iron Whale dropped in this episode by Rhino. The girl with the metal fingers dropped by the dragon. Incinerated her. Turned her to dust. And
No,
we got
literally coolest.
and we got the big baddie, the creepy guy who turned into that like weird purple. He almost gave me
Blue-haired boy.
Evangelion vibes, like once he transformed, like
How about Boojum?
Boojum. He gave me Evangelion vibes in his form, like in his transformed form. That was a cool fight. But where you guys land?
I was just a little annoyed with the whole Xylo being One Punch Man all of a sudden, where it's just like, believe in me, Teorita, and I'll be as strong as you think I am. It's like, okay, all right,
Yeah.
you're starting to lose me.
Yeah.
I was more interested this week about like Kivia and like what's gonna go on with her and her uncle in that like story.
Yeah.
Basically
That's
nothing
like
there.
where I was. Yeah, I know. We got nothing from that, and I was like, this is where I would rather see, in the story.
Looks
I
like
don't
they
feel like-
start the episode off with that, and then they just
Yeah.
drop it.
Yeah,
It's like, okay.
exactly. And I'm like, okay, now we're back in the fight, and like, yeah, the fight's pretty and whatnot, but like, give me the world building, give me the nitty gritty cool stuff.
I'm assuming because the only bit we really get on that storyline in this episode is that Xylo's fiance said, "I'll have info for you by the morning," or whatever. So
Yeah.
my guess is, since the fight in this episode and all these villains kind of just got wiped in this episode, that next episode, being the last episode of the season, is going to be like, that's the cliffhanger, kind of. Is like,
Yeah.
we're going to get some information on that and how that, like, how it, we're going to be like, whoa, like, that's how deep the people working with the demons go. Whoa, they're all the way in the church. And that's where they're going to leave us off, at the end of season 1.
Yeah.
That's just an assumption,
Hopefully.
but that's kind of what I'm kind of expecting.
We'll see.
Rhino is interesting. Rhino got introduced last episode. He's a weird character in that, like, his big thing is that he, like, doesn't value human life, or he puts a very almost numerical, like, value on people's life. It comes out in this episode where he's like, if we do have to sacrifice some of the people we're protecting, like, you think we should make sure the old people are out front on the front lines?
Yep. I was like, what the fuck, dog?
Just classic bad boy speak,
Yeah, it is.
He's weird. He's weird because he's like he's not a bad boy like that. You know what I mean? His
He's
personality.
not a bad guy.
Right.
He's a
Yeah.
bad boy.
Yeah, sure.
Didn't
There
like
is a
that
difference.
Yeah.
We do get we kind of get, like, it's not even really, it's already been basically, like, hinted at, but, like, we do get, like, confirmation that the demon lords have a king even, like, above them, which we kind of assumed. Like, there's no way we were just gonna keep watching this show fight all 100 demons or whatever, demon lords, and then the show's over. But yeah, so that's fun. I think this was probably the best fight we got in, like, a little bit. I think, just because, I don't know, it was like the villain across on the other side is a little more fun, has a little more depth to him, as opposed to just, it's another non-sentient, like, you know what I mean, robotic, animalistic demon. But and it looked pretty, but the show's always looked pretty. That's never been our gripe. It just didn't really, like.
Yeah. I mean, this show just is McDonald's, Looks good, smells good, tastes good. Probably not the healthiest thing ever.
Yeah.
It's also interesting to note, we had 2 demon lords working together for the past, like, few episodes as well. But technically you have Boojum, who I guess was a demon lord.
Yeah.
And then you have Spriggan, which is also a demon lord. And I guess they're both trying to capture Xylo and Teorita.
No, they're not trying to
It seemed
capture.
like-
They're just trying to
No,
kill
they
her.
just want to kill Teorita, yeah.
And what gets me is, like, is Teorita actually just, like, the strongest goddess, and that's why, like, they just haven't
Probably.
the other goddesses?
I think.
But, like, they were saying she was the weakest.
It's gonna be like the
So-
church is gonna end up being in cahoots with the demons, and that's what the
It's
whole
gotta
thing
be
is gonna be
something.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the thing is, whoever is paired with the other goddesses, they just don't have a knight as strong as Xylo.
It's true, too.
I think that's probably
That'd
the
be more
most like.
fun.
I think that's probably the most likely. Like, I agree with you. I'm kind of bummed that we made it, like, basically all the way through season 1 and we didn't even get to see, like, another goddess pair, or, you know what I mean, in action whatsoever. Yeah. That would be my assumption. And also, like, they were, like, made to work together. Like, that's the other thing, is, like, their powers literally, it's almost like they it's almost it's so close that it's almost like Xylo found out what her power was and he's like, okay, I think this could work. I'm gonna do exploding weapons, and then when you give me your weapons, I'll explode them and they'll be cool.
It's like 2 on the nose.
Yeah, and for it to be a coincidence, it's a little weird that way. That like I don't know, but yeah, it was a pretty good episode. I gave it an 8.3. Still liked it, but again, like this is kind of where we've been on this show. Like we started so hot, and then we've kind of just been looking for substance since then. Maybe next week we'll give it to us with like a big wow reveal, even though like we're already predicting it because this show doesn't really hold its cards close to its chest. It doesn't feel like. So, what do you guys got?
I'm 8.6 for this one.
Yeah, it's a 7 for me. Couldn't quite go 8.
Yeah. I could have been in the 7s, but I think this was like I was more into the fights than the last couple like demon fights we had, so I could get it up.
Yeah, the dragon thing was hype too. I was super hyped during that part.
Yeah.
So like you see me and then boom. Yeah, it was good.
Crazy. I can't believe they just like what a joke the Iron Whale guy is, and the whip metal claw hand lady. Like I couldn't believe it. I was like, ooh, they landed a good lick on her with that fire blast from that dragon. Nope.
Yeah, I know.
They burned her to freaking charcoal.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's move on to next. Oshinoko episode 34. We get Ruby basically convincing the other 2 girls, Frill and Akane. Thank God. Look for Chris for confirmation that Frill is in fact the right name. This girl that like we haven't seen for the whole show, and then like she's relevant finally.
You get her in 2 episodes.
Right.
She's got a mole.
Yes, she's got a mole. That's how we know. I'm gonna call her Mole from now on.
Mole bitch.
So Ruby convinces them with her acting that she can play the role. Akane, being a sneaky little smart girl, figures it out before even reading the script that's like why Frill's got them all together. Mole bitch got them all together. Yeah. After that, we get Kana graduating from B Komachi. Which happened way faster than what I thought was gonna happen. Wasn't it last episode where she was like, "Hey, just so you know, in a while, I plan on leaving B Komachi." It's like, oh, okay, no, we time skipped in between episodes, and we're already there. So cool. You get a little more of Kana and Aqua hanging out. It makes me a little upset because like I feel like I've been pretty transparent that like Kana's kind of been my favorite character throughout the show, but man, Aqua is just he's a little devious boy. He's bad.
Don't stop making it so easy for me to exploit you. That's such a fucking.
That was rough.
Yeah.
That was so brutal. I was like,
That's a tough
no,
one.
not Kana. You can't do this to her.
Brutal.
He's a bad boy.
Terrible. He's a bad boy.
He's
He's a bad boy.
This is a bad. Yeah.
He's bad Aqua now.
Oh no. Yeah, and then the very end of this episode is production beginning. They basically leave off saying like production is beginning. All the cast has been set. They're gonna start filming soon, and we're actually gonna get an episode in production. I was kind of shocked by that. I figured next season would pick up with production happening, but we're kind of steamrolling towards the end of this show. How we feel?
Well,
what do we like?
I mean, well, first of all, the very end of this episode was something else entirely.
Crow bitch.
It's about time.
We've been
some
wondering.
action on this goddamn plot line.
Yep.
Yeah, they're just what's going like all this stuff is fine. You can have a murder mystery, finding the murderer story, but like just never even like almost never even bringing up the fact that like your 2 main characters were reincarnated.
Yeah. And now all of a sudden you want to broach the topic of why do you think you were reincarnated? It's like fuck. That's what we've been asking for the last 3 seasons.
Where do we even think that can? Where do we even think that's gonna go? Because I'm assuming he wasn't like there's whatever the plot point's gonna be is they weren't actually revived to kill Ai's killer. That's not generally how those things work. You know what I mean? Revenge is not
Right.
generally how.
And there's a lot that I'm wondering now. It's like, what could they have possibly been brought here for at this point? Because
Right.
I don't really know what else it could be.
Yeah. I have no clue.
I don't know. I really don't know.
So at this point, it's
leaves
just
it
going to be
open.
weird. At this point, it's just going to be weird once they find out who they actually are.
Right. I'm waiting for the big reveal because you know it's going to happen.
Right.
They're going to find out. It's got to be next season.
I mean, we're still this far in, and Ruby still doesn't know that Aqua is
Her old
The doctor.
her old doctor, right? Her
Yeah,
best friend
weird.
for, the end of her life. It's crazy.
Which is why it's even crazier when she starts having that mental breakdown during her fucking acting bullshit, and she finally
Mental
mentions the
breakdown, that was her
doctor.
acting.
Yeah.
That was her acting. That was literally, they said that at the.
Yeah.
She was like, oh, well, how'd I do?
I think she was acting, not
She said
acting.
it. Right. Right.
She was like, I don't have to, like, she kind of tried to play it off, well, it actually is like a little bit complicated because like the whole thing is she's like, I've been lying my entire life. I lied to people when I was a little girl in the hospital because to get by and get, so people wouldn't ignore me for being like a whiny little kid in a hospital whose parents won't come visit her.
I had to force myself to be cute,
Right.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I've forced myself to try and be as close to my image of I as possible in this life, so like I don't know. I think it was her real thoughts though, her saying, like, you know what I mean, that whole diatribe she went on. But yeah, we get Akane and Aqua confrontation, a little friction there, where she's like, if you try to do anything, like I will stop you.
And he's like, try it, you bitch.
Basically.
Yeah, I was like, literally, I was like, something's going on here. There's gonna be a fight or something later on.
Nah.
Because they are
Aqua's
still,
too smart.
because Frill and Akane are that was kind of my impression, was I'm like, Aqua's too smart. Akane's smart, but like Aqua's gonna be
Aqua's too smart.
2 steps
Yeah,
ahead.
she's also just fallen for every trap that he's laid out for her and throughout the
True.
entire show too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he has,
also true.
or she has. Yeah. I didn't think about this when the Crow girl shows up and she has that conversation with Aqua. I never even thought about this entire time, but she says, and I know what you're thinking, and no, I wasn't reincarnated. So don't even like bother looking for it. I was like,
Right.
I didn't even think of that. They could have easily been a plot point where like someone in this show kind of in the background has been I the whole time or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Another high schooler because they were only 2 years old or less than that when I died.
yeah, that's
So
a good
they-
point. I didn't think about that either.
And I was like, oh, that would have been crazy. That could have been like a
Now it
crazy
almost-
thing.
Now it
Yeah.
almost makes me think like, what if the crow bitch is lying? Yeah,
Could be. I don't know.
it's a lot of different directions they can go at this point.
She's like a mythical being, so I wouldn't expect her to lie. Although her spirit animal is a crow, so I don't know if that she's supposed to be the most truthful, trustworthy.
She seems very mischievous to me.
Right. I agree. All in all, fine episode. This was kind of getting us set up to like kick into the production and everything. So it didn't blow me away. I was an 8-1. Still stuff going on, couple plot lines kind of going on, but didn't wow me like crazy.
Yeah, I'm 8.3 for this one.
Yeah, this one was an 8. It just kept my attention the whole time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very
Solid.
fun. 8s all around for Oshi. All right, boys, let's fight through this. All right, come on. Here we go. Trigun Stargaze, episode 11. Salvation for another one of Knives' pawns in the little girl who creates giant screws from her mind palace and shoots them at people. Probably pretty strong power. It's crazy. So yeah, sure, she's a good guy now, I guess, because Knives didn't care about her. Surprise, surprise.
I muted my TV during that part because of the crying just got so annoying to me.
Yeah.
It was so long that
lot.
they made her cry for.
Yeah, it was. It did go on a little bit there. And then we also get Knives sucking up Vash. He sucked him right up. And then Vash is, I don't know, never attempted to understand. Yeah, so now he's attempting to understand these people, and that's been the problem. That's been the problem. Not that you're not strong enough to beat your brother in a fight. It's that you don't understand his heart. That's the issue. Yeah, that's what happened. How we feel about it? We loved it, right? It was amazing.
Fantastic episode all around, you know. 9s.
9.
Face with that shit.
No,
Shit
I will
stinks
say.
on ice.
I will say the head catch on the opening.
Yeah.
That
was kind of badass, you know.
So badass. I was like, okay, that's cool, but also like that's kind of fucked up. You're just gonna pop off the head of your own acquaintance, accomplice, whatever you want to call him, friend.
Yeah, he's just a filthy human, you know. Who cares?
Yeah. And the other thing I made note of because I was like, this is the dumbest shit on earth. Those like random creatures that popped up
Under the rubble.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck are those? And if nothing comes about from these creatures, they were added in there just to be cute and like adorable or whatever for like world building. And it's the stupidest shit. And that scene could have literally been cut from the anime and saved us like seconds of our time.
I thought they were in last episode, like very briefly, when Nico's brother, Nicholas's brother, when he's like fighting all the big Bane looking guys, the big metal Bane looking guys, and
Were they there?
I think he like, cause they chase him like inside the wreckage or whatever. And I think they were in there, and then an explosion happened, and then I think I agree that like it's
Stupid.
It's not really doing much for us, but
No, it doesn't do anything.
I
It's
do
just,
think
like,
they
waste
were
of
like
time.
shown very briefly that they were there.
Okay. Because I was so confused. I was like, why is this on my screen right now?
Yeah,
I was like, what are we doing?
yeah, Also, like, by the way, Nicholas totally fine. We were talking last episode that like he was getting choked with psychic powers for like 2 minutes straight, and then like went limp. I was like, yeah, he choked him to death. Cool.
Yep.
Like, not cool, but like, yeah, I guess he's dead. No, yeah, dropped at the very beginning of this episode. He's like immediately fine, and like, whoo, made me cough a little bit. Like,
Do you think he used those vials? Because he still had some left over from the other episode.
he used one in this episode,
Yeah.
but they didn't show him
Supposed
using
to like
any others.
regen.
Yeah. So I don't know. Knives is stupidly broken. We already knew that. I hate the way he looks. I think it looks terrible
I
in
do
3D.
too. It's so bad.
Stinky.
And also the piano keys being black keys with white accents instead of white and black pissed me off.
So edgy.
Pissed me off.
I was like, what are we doing? That's not a real piano. I was like, get out of here.
Dude, I'm calling it right now. You know how like the beginning of this season, Vash was like kind of like out of it and playing the piano. I bet you we're gonna finish this show with like Vash and Knives playing the piano together like they did when they were kids, like they showed in some of the flashbacks.
Oh god. Oh god.
Ugh.
That's it. Or
That's
it's
how
gonna be
it-
like a metaphorical, like in their brain they're like doing it, like maybe not physically, but like in their mind they're like, we're playing this melody together as brothers.
If the ending has anything to do with the two of them playing piano, I'm immediately making the episode a 4.
Harsh
Just gonna
bud,
say it
man.
right
Harsh
now.
bud.
I'm just gonna say it right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some major form of tragedy at the end of this show in order for it not to be just a complete catastrophe throughout the entire season. So boring.
Bug Girl wants Millie, which is funny because Millie was saying like part of like her family are bug tamers or whatever. So I thought it was funny that Bug Girl's just like, I gotta go get Millie. Like, are they siblings?
No, they're like friends or whatever, I guess, because she's technically she's technically a worm, I think. And Millie's family are just worm tamers, so I guess they just coexist and talk to each other.
Whatever. I wrote. This is one of the episodes where I said, One more episode. Woo!
Yeah.
And like that, I drew a little stick figure. He's doing it like that.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Oh God.
All right, what do we score? What do we score on this one?
I'm a 7 flat. I went a little high.
5.
I liked seeing the head chop.
I rolled 6.5 out. You know, we've been over this. Once you're under like a 7, it's like the level where I wouldn't watch it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't have watched this.
Honestly,
Fine.
original's better. Original Trigun's just straight up better.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. All right, let's move into our second to last. Let's get through this one too, because then we're home free. Then we're excited the whole rest of the way. Okay. Fire Force episode 71. Haumea stuff. She's a god now. Why her? Why her? She hasn't been that relevant for most of the show, and she's the one pillar that just gets to be she's the one who becomes a god, and the other ones get burned to death.
Because they
sacrificed.
said so, John.
Oh.
Because
Oh.
they said so.
Sorry. Yeah. That's on me.
Yeah.
And
Take it
then
easy.
Shinra's rage boils over in this episode. So next episode, Shinra's gonna get real mad, real angry, gonna be real mad. What do we, this one? On this one, what do we think?
Honestly,
I will say
think
the
Haumea's-
only. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think Haumea's story would hit harder if the world just wasn't so poorly done around it. Like, the everything that happens to her and like everything's like kind of fucked up, but it just doesn't hit that hard because the world seems too childish and too cartoony.
Yeah,
Too cartoony for sure.
Yeah.
we've talked about it. They have
So-
weird tone issues.
Right. There were like 2 things of note in general in this episode to me. Captain's dead, pretty viscerally.
Yeah,
You know,
sure.
like that. I'll
slit
say like
throat.
I felt almost something for that. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Did you? He dies like a bitch, dog. He literally
did
just
kinda
gets
die like a
fucking
bitch.
stabbed in the back and he just dies
No,
like a bitch.
he
Like,
gets a throat slit.
oh yeah,
Yeah, from behind.
Like he just dies like a bitch. And I'm just like, cool. That's how we're gonna kill off fucking Captain Obi. Like,
Yeah.
Just gonna
And then you
kill him
got
off
and then
that
you got
way.
homeboy at the end who just wants to party and drink and it's like, fuck it. You know what are we gonna do?
I will say that's the one part of this episode that I was kind of like, all right, I can roll with
Yeah.
this. I like this.
I
This
vibe
is
with
fun. Him being like, hey, I've done all I can do. I can't save anybody anymore. Let's
Yeah.
drink.
Benimaru.
And it's like, look around you. What do you mean? What do you mean save us?
If we're gonna burn,
I
let's be
also-
so drunk we don't feel it.
Yeah,
Right.
I also kind of like that because I'm like, okay, he's just like kind of calming everybody down, but also, who cares? Like, that just wasted time on the screen now.
Yeah.
That was like the one thing I liked from this episode. Yeah, man. Also showing like the other pillars that they're like literally like strung up. Showing what's her face, the
Inca and the nun and
Yeah.
Iris.
Like
Right,
they
yeah,
show
that's true.
Iris like strung up like dead, basically. So there's some very dark imagery here. It just all plays into like this show being like really weird. What was it? Was it last episode or the week before? Where like it was the whole episode was like horniness. Like it was horny guy versus his his doppelganger counterpart that wasn't as horny. Like, and now this episode, like one of the main characters gets their throat slit. Another one of the main characters is literally like strung up dead, like burning to death in the
Right.
in Adola. Like,
Arthur's still alive.
yeah, right. You see that? You see
Yeah.
that shit?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Can we talk about that? How the fuck is he still alive?
What are we doing? What's going on?
He's in space, been lifeless for an entire episode. They made a callback to him being in space, and now he's alive and he grabs his sword. Come on. Stupid. So dumb.
Yeah, it's the show for you.
I also just don't know like what. I don't know. It's gonna be some dumbness where like Shinra's like just barely not strong enough, and Arthur from outer space is gonna like, give him that little extra bit of power, and it's gonna be the difference, or something like that. I don't know. This was another one. I wrote the same note. One more. Woo! Also, this is bullshit. This season is rushed to hell, and also not high quality at all. I'm like 5 out of 10 animation. Like this whole season. They are dragging PNGs and they add little effects to them to make them look a little nicer, but they are not animating stuff like thoroughly. It's nothing this whole season has really been animated. Like they better have gone out of this world crazy for the final episode. But we also said the same thing about One Punch Man when season 3 came out. We're like, okay, episode 1 didn't look good, but maybe they like saved the budget for like the bigger fights in the season. Nope. Cheeks.
Like you can't be a studio in 2026 putting out slop like this.
Yeah.
I gave it a
Stank.
6 flat.
You went high, 4.7.
Cool. Yeah, it's a 4. Easy 4 for me.
Easy 4.
I was pissed this episode.
And I didn't go high. I've been in this range most of this season. All right, so you relax.
That is true. Right. I didn't even put a Fire Force curve this time. I was so mad.
Now,
Nice.
now we're getting into the real shit. The goodies, the tasties. Tojima wants to be a common writer. Final episode of season 1. I'm assuming it's season 1 because they kind of leave off with like a, we ain't done yet. You know, so what a fucking ride. What a banger, dude.
Dog, what an awesome episode.
Banger.
Holy shit.
I hardly even know her. Tojima's been saying it for all 24 episodes. But this episode, today, he's finally Kamen Rider.
Yes, sir.
And everybody
That's
saw it. Everybody saw it.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then what gets him there is he basically beats Batman by himself.
Solos him.
Yeah,
You know-
I made a note because I was like, what happened to this whole thing where Kamen Rider needs friends to help beat monsters? And Tojima's just fucking soloing Batman. Like, after he, like, blasts everybody. Like, I mean, everybody got at least a licking. But Tojima now has a solo Batman with, like, a gash across his fucking chest and everything. Like, what? God.
It is.
What are you doing?
You know, I can get over it because the moment was still so hype. But I was like, what was all that bullshit about? We can't beat any shocker monsters unless we fight together.
Yep.
He basically had
Right.
taken no damage until he started his 1v1 fight. And then Tojima just beats him by himself.
Yeah. Not to mention, like, getting dragged across and through broken concrete and all that shit. Like, he just unscathed.
Dude.
Unscathed. He's got that
Insane.
Kamen Rider armor.
Shoo!
clean.
I stood up. I stood
That's
up.
fair.
I stood up
That's warranted.
8 minutes into this episode, and I watched the rest of it, 12 minutes, standing up. And I can't even explain to you how many you can fill your head in with the gaps, but like I can't even explain to you how many of those minutes I was just standing there like that and just doing the rider pose.
Just like Tojima when he was watching it as a kid.
Yeah, right? He literally Tojima as a kid.
Yeah, right. There was a part of me when everybody as a vision was seeing the literal Kamen Rider as Tojima. There was a part of me for a second where I was like, did he actually become Kamen Rider? Is this how you do
Yeah.
it? We've been wondering this since the beginning. This is a weird
Yeah.
world where like there is a fictitious character called Kamen Rider and he fights shocker monsters. And the shocker monsters are real, but we've never seen any actual proof that a real Kamen Rider exists. And I thought like for a second, I thought they were showing us how an actual Kamen Rider like comes to exist. Now he's still that in spirit, but like I thought he legitimately transformed for a second because that scene kind of was like went on for a little bit of like keep showing different angles of him as Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that scene made you like actually believe that he was Kamen Rider. I was like, ooh. Or I thought that the real Kamen Rider kind of shows up and helps save the day, but I was like, no. I was like,
No way. That's some bullshit.
it's got to be
No
Tojima.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kamen Rider's in our hearts.
Yeah,
Kamen Rider is fueled by love
it's forever.
for Kamen Rider.
Oh
We
man.
get some good quotes in this episode.
Oh, some absolutely killer quotes in this episode. I've got 2 killers. One serious one not serious one.
Okay, I have a not serious one.
Yeah.
Immediately, like 2 minutes into the gang seeing Batman, Yukarisu's like, I peed myself.
Yeah. That was pretty fun.
Lost it. I fucking lost it.
I lost. Oh my god. So stupid. So stupid. That's one of the quotes I had. Even before that, when they gang up on Batman, like right out the beginning of the episode, basically, and they're like yelling to do an attack, and it's like everybody yells. It's the 5 of them, right? So it's like Tackle hits him with a throw, and then it's like the 2 brothers kick him, and then Yukarisu just screams, but doesn't even attack it, like doesn't even do anything. They have her specifically do like a battle cry, but she's still just like didn't even want to get close to him, so she's just in the back.
Like, in the background, yep.
Yeah.
So
They
good.
just skip over it. It's so good.
She's the she's the Daphne of the group, I guess. Just the useless chick.
Yeah. She always needs rescuing, you know? The other quote, and this quote goes so hard, was just a nonchalant, not even nonchalant, but just like totally at peace and contentment. I wouldn't mind dying today.
Yeah.
So
Such
good.
a good line. It's
So
such a
good.
good line.
At the end, when he pulls his mask off, it's just a pool of tears.
Yeah, dude. How would that much liquid even fit on in between him and that mask?
It's so funny too, because the
That's
whole
just
gang's
how much
just
he's
like,
crying.
what the heck?
They'll start laughing at him.
Yeah.
The Rider theme, when they started playing the original Rider theme,
Ooh.
That tickled my nuts.
Yeah.
hit
Big
so
time.
That got
good.
me good.
Hit
That
so
was
good. Ah, I loved it. Man, I thought this was like, I don't even know. I thought this was like maybe the equivalent of going Super Saiyan, is what Tojima hit in this
That's what
episode.
it feels like. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't want this to be like Sentenced to be a Hero. I don't want the future of Tojima to be like Tojima is just that dude and everybody else is just kind of, handle the shocker combatants. I'll handle the monster. I do want everybody else to still get their time in the spotlight, but this episode still rocks, and they had to end it off, of course, with everybody eating takoyaki together. That also was amazing.
Also, Tojima's dad. Like,
Oh,
we're
yeah,
just
yeah.
gonna gloss that over. Tojima's dad, just for the first time we see his dad.
Hasn't been in the show at all the entire time.
Yeah.
But just
An
brings
inaugural
his son
appearance.
takoyaki, and then is also like, well, did you do what you needed to do, son?
Not
His
really
dad
that
is
concerned.
No,
His dad is
not at
Kamen
all.
Rider Senior.
Yeah. You know what though? That would be insane if like his dad like literally is Kamen Rider.
Kamen Rider?
Like
Yeah,
is
I'd
the
be
actual
shocked.
Kamen Rider, or was, you know.
That'd be awesome. He's got the
So
blood
cool.
of Kamen Rider, the blood of the Rider.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. Yeah, a glorious send off to season 1. Like we said, they kind of ended it off hinting that there should be more. I still haven't even looked up how long the manga is and how much material they have to keep adapting. I'm hoping that this show did well enough that it results in future seasons at the very least, and maybe even a budget increase for future seasons. Who knows? But man, what a gem. What a beautiful gem we found.
That's right.
Chef's kiss of a show.
9.5 on this episode.
9.7.
Woo!
Oh, there, baby.
Easy 9. Couldn't have been easier.
Damn, I really thought there was a chance.
I
thought
also
there was a chance, you dirty dog.
I thought I was gonna hear the
Almost.
10 out of Shalhoub.
Almost.
Almost. Not yet. Can't be it.
Season 2.
Oh,
Season
man.
2.
Yep,
We'll
it's
see.
coming. It's coming.
We'll
Once
see.
we-
Season 2's got a chance.
Once we get Lizard Man, you know, then once we get the Lizard Man fight, that I'm sure that'll go hard.
We're gonna have
Gojira.
a Spider-Man fight at some point. I can already tell you that.
I don't know. I think
True.
he might just be like kind of good, like an anti-hero or something.
I don't know, because
I don't know.
he's like, you still think you can take down Shocker? And I was like,
I think he's gonna be a real bastard at some point. Yeah.
I do too. I feel like because he's been training and powering up. I don't know. Season 2.
He's playing the long game.
I don't know. He stayed out of their way this time. Like, if anything, it would have behooved him to gang up with Batman and fight him together to like actually, you know, be like, let's end them here and now.
I think he's
Yeah.
got beef with Batman.
Me too.
I think Batman not dead? I hope he's dead. I
He,
don't
dra-
know.
he
No,
dragged
he's
him
not
away.
dead.
So
Oh,
dragged
he
him away. He's
did
not
drag
dead.
him away. No,
Yeah,
I
he's
forgot
not
about that. You know what?
yeah.
9.4.
Preposterous.
Yeah. All right. Last episode of the week. the critically acclaimed JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Steel Ball Run, Episode 1. Woo! 48 minutes long, and it was 48 good ones.
Oh yeah.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
We get
Wish it was longer.
We get the introduction to really the two main characters. Like there's two main characters, which is Zeppelin and Johnny. Johnny Joestar is our newest Joestar in the universes of JoJo's.
The new universe.
Yeah. We get the Steel Ball Run race beginning like way faster than I thought. I thought there'd be more setup. This episode is breakneck pace. Like we jump right into this motherfucker.
It's that JoJo style.
And we get the entire first leg of the race, which Zeppeli wins. So he gets like a head start kind of getting into the next leg. But we also get a bunch of other interesting characters introed as well. I'm curious to see where we go with those. How do we feel about Steel Ball Run Episode 1, fellas?
Dude, I love the universe. I love the 1800s, 1900s America universe. I think it's cool. I like the Western themes.
Very fun.
Fantastic episode all around now.
What was the name of the lucky black dude again?
What I
didn't
did
write
write
it
his-
down, but that guy's cool too.
He is fucking hysterical.
Yeah,
what did I? Oh, I didn't write his name down, did I?
No, I also
Oh,
didn't get it.
Poco Loco. Poco Loco.
Poco Loco.
yes.
I did write it down. I
Yo,
knew I did.
yo, yo!
Yeah.
I
he's
will
so
say,
good.
that voice actor, and no disrespect to him, he's been everywhere for like the last couple of years, like fucking everywhere. That dude's
Talking
been
the dub or
all
the
over
sub?
the dub.
The dub.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever loved his voice acting for most of those roles.
Neither have I.
I'm not sure that I could name another one of his roles, if I'm being honest with you.
I'd have to. I could look him up, but like you definitely would know some characters from him. It's just
Yeah.
you'd have to see him. But listen, I
Yeah,
still
I like
love
him in
Poco
this.
Loco. I still love Poco Loco,
Yeah.
but almost every time I've heard him, his voice is always like almost too much. And maybe it fits a little bit more for JoJo's because JoJo's is so bombastic. But yeah, I still love Poco
Well, it's
Loco.
like-
He's hilarious.
It's gotta be like intentionally typecast, like overly exaggerated swagger of a young teenager type thing. You know? It's ridiculous. But that's what makes it funny.
He's
Yeah.
hilarious.
It's so JoJo.
Yes. Chris, what did he VA in?
Okay, so this guy looks like he VA'd in Hunter x Hunter. He was Cheetu, the English voice actor for the cheetah guy.
Yeah.
He was Dawn for
Ah.
Promised Neverland.
Give us better characters.
Trying to think of more recent, looking through. He's got a lot of stuff.
I can't name any of the characters
He's
from Promised
Kabru
Neverland.
from Deli Dungeon.
He's who?
Kabru.
Give us
Deli Dungeon.
physical appearance.
How about relevant characters?
Or that too.
I'm trying to find relevant characters.
He's always side character because I think his voice doesn't really
Just,
lend too
that's
much
just,
for
yeah,
like a.
his voice.
He would I'm telling you right now, if a modern day Static Shock like anime got made, or he would be cast as Static Shock, no doubt, no
I
doubt.
I can see
I
that.
agree. He is like the perfect typecaster for Static Shock.
But yeah, I did.
Other
It's,
than Cheetu, nothing.
it's just I tend not to. I don't know. I think in JoJo's it works a little better because like JoJo's is like so wacky,
Over the
so it
top,
works better. Yeah, but a lot of his other stuff I've not been crazy about. All right, Zeppeli's balls, shit's be spinning, and I have heard people use the term stands when they're talking about Steel Ball Run. So I'm assuming there are still stands, and that's what we're gonna find out.
Yeah. Stands
You know what I
work
mean?
differently in this universe.
Okay, you know how they work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it still called stands or is it called
Yeah.
spins? I thought they called it something with spins earlier. I thought.
It has to do with rotational elements. I don't want to give too much away, but yeah,
I mean,
Alright.
yeah.
Okay.
it's totally different.
He fucking made that dude shoot himself in the face. Just
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Great.
Oh man. Camel Guy. They introduce a handful of these other racers. Not Johnny, not Zeppeli, but then they we get Poco Loco, we get Diego Brando, we get
Yo.
Diego
we
Brando.
get
Camel Guy's a big part of part 3.
Camel
His
Guy.
character.
Yes, I remember him. Camel Guy, which by the way, is Camel Guy out of the race? Is he done?
Oh, I have no clue.
He
made
went
it
once
seem
he
like it.
tumbles into the cactuses. We don't cacti.
Cacti. Yeah.
We don't see him again. He doesn't even shown for the entire rest of the episode.
Nope.
I'm sure he'll be back at some point.
And
Gotta be.
our Native American friend, who's just booking it
The runner.
on his
Yeah.
feet. Yeah,
The runner, yeah, he's insane. I love it.
he's fun. Yeah, those are kind of them. I was just shocked when like Camel Guy kind of gets decked and then we don't see him for the rest of the episode. I'm like that? Just like that? He's out. He done? He can't be done. There's no way.
Yeah.
But yeah,
This episode is so much fun.
Ha-
I think Gyro Zeppeli is going to be a real bastard.
you think
I
so?
do too.
I think he's
I
gonna
wrote
be.
down. I wrote
I
down.
just
I
have
couldn't
the
tell if I
feeling.
liked him yet or not.
I think
Yeah.
he's a good guy.
Well, I think he is a good guy, but
Yeah,
I
but
think he's going to be a
Can't tell if he's
bastard
gonna be
back.
like- yeah.
Well,
There's, like,
Plus,
chaotic
he
good
stole
guys.
he stole Brooke's laugh, you know. So
Yeah, dude, I
he
wrote
did.
that down. I was like, he's got the laugh.
He appears to be the only person who knows how to take advantage of this rotational energy in the race, right? So far.
Yeah.
So that's like
Yeah.
that's the other weird thing is like, are all these other characters? Oh, Chris, did you recognize who voices Diego Brando?
No.
It's our boy. It's our boy, Damian Haas.
Is it really?
what?
I didn't even recognize.
Smosh.
It. No way.
He's part of Smosh, and he's like his main thing is like voice acting, and then he also is like one of the cast members on Smosh. But he is also the voice of Laios from Delicious in Dungeon, the English voice.
Yeah, that makes
Oh,
sense
okay.
now. That makes sense now
Nice.
with the other dude also being from Deli Dungeon then too.
Yeah, they might because it's
Purple
Netflix.
Loco.
Because it's Netflix,
Yeah.
they probably
Yeah.
they probably rotate a lot of the same guys. But I'm so
Mm-hmm. cool.
curious because like we've gotten so little of Dio so far, and he doesn't seem like a bastard. He just seems like another racer. Like he doesn't seem like
No,
like an asshole.
but he's still got that classic Dio inquisitive nature. I have a feeling that Dio is going to be one of the first to find out or make his own version of spins or some shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I that's what I'm wondering is like how many of these racers are going to learn the spin technique, the secret behind it. Because right now, obviously, we know Johnny wants it because he thinks it can lead to him being able to walk again.
Walk again. Yep.
But also, how do we feel about Johnny? Because like that's always a big question when between different JoJo series is like, who's your favorite JoJo? Rank the JoJos.
I
I
don't
mean,
know because Johnny was a little shit back in the day.
yeah.
Like when
he,
they
he
showed like
bums
his
me out.
background.
Yeah, he's got a
but
troubled.
Then,
He's got a troubled backstory with him fucking over that kid and getting shot because of it.
Right.
so,
Not gonna sit
I
here
don't
and
know
say
if
he
I like
deserved to
him
be
or
shot, but yeah, I don't know if I like him or not either. It just bums me out because like either he was going to be a dick, but then he got shot and now he's a vegetable. So it's like
Yeah.
I kind of hate both options.
I think we need to wait and see. Because so far, even though he's obviously been humbled by not being able to walk and being in a wheelchair, he still doesn't even seem like he necessarily like became a good person yet.
No,
He just
still
seems like
a fucker.
he kind of just seems like I miss being the apple of everyone's eye. Like I just want to be in the spotlight again. That seems like more. That's what I would lean to, and we don't have that like definitively, but it's not confirmed that
I'm
he's
sure
like a
there's-
good guy yet at all.
Right. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of character development, but
Yeah.
so far I hate him.
Definitely.
I gotta say, I've been enjoying the background music in the show.
Music's always great.
Oh man.
Music's so
JoJo.
good.
Oh
so
man.
good.
Last week I was
Love it.
listening to the like new intro song that they played like multiple times this episode. It was great.
Juicy.
But it's like that song like literally has like 4 or 5 different parts where they're like distinctly different, and they played like multiple of them in different spots depending on which part they thought like applied better. It was awesome.
That's cool.
Yep.
What was the commentator who said like and horse poop?
Talking about all them standing around at the waiting line, I think.
Yeah.
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 Can't remember what the exact quote was, but
I didn't write it down, but I did laugh at it. I got a good.
They were like, gather one, gather all to watch the world's greatest racers, the American dream, and horse poop, or something like that.
Right.
Like that's
Something like
that's
that.
like kind of the gist. That was a banger.
great.
I love it. Oh man, there were a couple parts that had a little bit of icky 3D. It wasn't a lot of parts. And to be fair, like, you don't watch JoJo's for crazy animation. It's never really been known for great animation. It's great art, great character, like really fun character designs, but like not necessarily the animations. So not a massive killer for me. Yeah, I mean, I think we kind of covered it.
yeah.
What do we? What kind of scores are we thinking for episode 1 of Steel Ball Run?
It's a 9 for me.
9.4.
I give it a 9.1.
Yeah.
There we go. Love it.
It deserves a 9.
Love it. I had 4 9s this week, but inevitably we'll never have that again because Tojima's not gonna be there next week. And we're gonna wrap up all 6 of those other shows next week. I believe they already announced that we're not gonna get an episode next week for JoJo's. They're having, I don't know if it's production issues necessarily, but we have seen this before. Something similar to this happened with Zom 100 when it came out. Where like they didn't release it all at once, and I'm assuming it has to do with like voice acting and getting like a bunch of different language dubs done and stuff. Because I believe the show itself is like completed. It's just or at least this season, it's just the translating it and doing the Netflix side of it. So bummer there, but it'll be a shorter week next week, and then we will also talk about the actual slate, the full lineup we're going to be doing for spring 2026 at the end of next week. So that'll be fun. We'll get into all of that. That being said, thank you for hanging around. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Keep watching anime. Keep loving Tojima. And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Peace.